and welcome to our channel, MarshStream, your public performance broadcast platform. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. You can also donate to our tip jar and support the arts and artists of MarshStream by clicking the link below in the description. Check out our website, themarsh.org, for all upcoming live performances. Now, enjoy the show.
Well, hello everyone. I'm trying to get feng shuied here. Yeah. I want to apologize if anyone thought that this was a real garage sale. I've been getting messages all day from these people, and they want to buy things, and this is it's a show. Oh God, I'm getting one right now. Okay, I'm gonna tell her to come. I'm gonna tell her to join us. Okay, come. Here's the Zoom link, and it's gonna be fun. And she said she's not looking for a good time. She's looking for a couch. Okay, fine. But we're here for a good time because it's been a little crazy, right? And so a garage sale, I just think it works better as a metaphor, to feng shui the psyche, get rid of everything in the brain that you don't need, like false beliefs, negative, you hear your little voice all day, oh, dummy, stupid. Get rid of all of that, clean it out, and open up some space for some really good stuff. I did try to have a real garage sale one time. Was a disaster. I was up in Northern California, and I put an ad in the paper, but you need to be organized. And I'm not organized. I'm trying to be organized. I just got Organizing for Dummies, and I'm going to read it as soon as I can find it. Yeah, I bought 4 of them. Anyway, I should have kept the receipt and then taken them all back because they don't work. But it helps to be organized for your garage sale. What you need to do is you need to separate everything, decide what you're going to sell, what you're not going to sell. And I didn't do any of that. Well, people started lining up at my garage 7 o'clock the night before. They camped out. I felt more important than the 12 Max Pro iPhone, whatever's coming out. They actually camped out to get to my garage sale. And I get up in the morning and I open up the door, and it's like bedlam. People are screaming and grabbing things. This lady starts to walk off with my grandmother's Betty Crocker cookbook, 1949 limited edition. I said, excuse me, where are you going with that? You sold it to me. I did. For how much? $1.50. Well, that's stealing. Mm-hmm. I will give you $35 for that. 55. 40. I'm on a budget. 45. Sold for $45 to the lady that had it in the first place. So they're really fun. They're just expensive. They say start each day as if it were your last. I say live each day as if it was your last day before the pandemic. You need to be prepared. You need to have your water and your toilet paper. You need to have your $7 million mansion in Malibu with a day spa and a pool and 2 wine cellars. I don't drink, but it would sure be comforting to know that they were there. It's just been stressful. I have all this anxiety, and I'm taking care of 2 kids, 96 and 74. Yeah, they're going through it over there. And I was an empty nester, and then my mother decided to move back home. And they say they're just friends, but when I sit here in the kitchen, they sound more like a 60-year married couple. Well, you should turn up the television. It's too loud. You should get your own place. I will. You don't care about anybody but yourself. I'm retired. I don't have to. Well, you just move out. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Do you want a cookie? Yeah, I'll take a cookie. I don't know about you, but that sounds like makeup sex to me. See, if you don't plan ahead, you end up in your kitchen trying to do your emotional garage sale and trying to concentrate. I'm one of those people, I need to be out and about, at the coffee houses. So being in here, and I am very grateful to have a roof over my head. It's just the 4 walls that are making me crazy. And Midge, the fridge. I swear, every time that I start getting on a roll, Midge starts to interrupt me. Do you think I've been isolated too long where I'm starting to have conflict with my kitchen appliances? But it never fails. And I think what was going on is that she had this place to herself, and then I'm in here all the time, and she's feeling resentful. she's being passive aggressive about it. You know, she like freezes my cauliflower and makes my yogurt go bad. I just feel like, you know, I try to transcend it and do some transcendental meditation, but she's already over there humming all day. And she's got that tone, like with my college dormie housemate, Midge. I named her after her. And I can just, you know, I can just hear her in my head. Oh, well, I'm not the only one that's being interrupted. You come over here and you open the door every 5 minutes and peer in as if I had all the answers. You know what? I don't. You know, you need to be more productive. You would save so much time. You spent 45 minutes yesterday looking for the mustard. She's kind of right, you know, but I feel like talking to my refrigerator. That's weird. I decided, you know what, I just have a very high stress level right now, and I know I'm not alone. And so I thought, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some therapy. And I've done it before, never really quite worked, but you know what, this will be great. They have like Zuma therapy, and I'll just log on and she will tell me, or he will tell me, that everything's okay, that I'm just like everybody else. We're all going through it together. And so my insurance covered it. And I thought, this is great. So I signed up with Jonathan for Friday at 2 o'clock. I get a text message that day telling me Jonathan can't make it because he had jury duty. You know, I have been called in for jury duty before. They don't tell you the morning of. So I'm feeling sort of, you know, rejected and lied to and deceived and betrayed by my therapist. I just needed something more professional, somebody with credentials that could lie better. You know, even my dentist said, we have to cancel your appointment because we had a flood and we have nothing for you to spit into. You know, that's creative. So I didn't want to get jaded, and I thought, okay, this is fine, Jonathan. It wouldn't have been great anyway. So I signed up for therapist number 2, and I was very excited because it was going to be Monday at 5 o'clock. I think I sabotaged it because I actually ended up ready for my appointment on time, but in the parking lot at Coffee Bean. And I actually took some screenshots, and I want to share that with you right now. And I don't worry about things being ethical because well, I'm not a licensed therapist, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to share you, and you can see how much of a disaster this whole therapy thing really was. Trying to multitask here. You know what? Los Angeles was just voted #1 multitasking city in the entire nation, which means trying to do too many things at once. You know, you see everybody, they're on the freeway and they're driving their car, talking on the phone, putting on makeup, shaving, folding laundry. But sometimes you have to do 2 things to keep up with everybody. I went over to Ralph's supermarket and I got a flu shot. I said, this is so convenient. Maybe I'll go over to Albertsons and get my teeth capped. And then my agent wanted me to go out and get those Botox injections. You all know about that. It's what, you know, gets rid of the wrinkles in the forehead. $575 every time you go. And you can't just go once and that's it. You have to go every month. So I realized I would get the Botox, I'd have no wrinkles. I'd get my bill at the end of the month and they would be back deeper and more furrowed. So I decided to get the $5 procedure. Bangs. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you the pictures from my Zoom therapy in the parking lot at Coffee Bean. Okay. So I tried to get some light going because, you know, I thought, well, I'll use my iPhone light and the makeup mirror light, open up the car door. Oh, sorry, I'm having a meltdown here. You too? All right, well, this is what she saw. Can you see that? Let me see, make sure you can see this because I want you to share this experience with me. Give me a thumbs up if you can see this screen share. Oh,
no, not yet, Jacqui.
This is just as bad as my therapy session. There we go.
Hey, Jacqui, we've lost your audio.
And you're not getting, oh, there's no audio on this. I spared
Okay.
you that.
Okay, sorry. You're
No,
on.
that's okay. No, that's okay. I wouldn't do that to you. But no, because the audio, what happened was it was a new technology, a new platform for them. So it was 4 of me and 1 of her, and there was this echo. And so I immediately, tried to make it light and said, we can just end this therapy session right now because it's obvious that I have a multiple personality disorder. She didn't think that was funny, and the thing was, I could have picked the therapist. I didn't go to the website. It's like the realtors, they all have their little headshot, come buy a house with me. That is what they did. And so they had all these ones to choose from. They look like lovely people. Diane, I'm here to help you with your life. I'm Oscar. I'm confident, and you can be too. That's so great. Oh, yes, I'm feeling relaxed already. Heart chakra. But I picked Shannon Snow. I'm sorry, it's a little trigger for me right now. Okay, let's stop that right now. Shannon, sorry to show that to you guys, but she was not into the experience of troubleshooting. Isn't that like how it is right now with COVID? Every moment is troubleshooting. You're always solving a problem, going with the flow. You can't get too upset about stuff, but she was upset. She got technical support on, and she said, I don't know what my client did. What kind of a therapist blames their client? And Sebastian came on, and he was lovely. He said, well, you know what? I have these kind of problems too all the time. It's just technology. I understand. I know what you're feeling. I wanted to say, Sebastian, what are you doing tomorrow at 5 o'clock? What's your client's name? I don't know. I'll have to look at the list. So we finally fixed the problem, and Shannon goes to work on all of her little questions. So what brought on this feeling of hopelessness? Before I logged on with you? Have you ever been to a psycho ward? Psycho ward, people don't, that's a stigma. People don't even say that anymore. Everyone needs, it's like maintenance. You go and you get oil in your car every 5,000 miles. Well, you need to go in and have a little checkup, a little alignment. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no psycho ward. I'm getting to think that she doesn't like her job very much. I'm getting the feeling when I went to get my haircut at the Glendale Beauty College to save money, and I get into about 15 minutes of the cuts, and Jenna snipping. I'm getting a little nervous. So, what got you into hairstyling? Well, my mother said, get a job, get off the couch, or just get out. Oh, well, it's so nice to know what you want to be when you grow up. I'm going to go get the teacher because I don't know what you're doing. I thought this is the same thing. I could end this session. I'm going to be worse off. I'm going to get a bad psychological cut, and I will have to wait for my sanity to grow back. I'm sorry that this is taking so long, but I never learned to type. Never learned to type. I gave up my 7th grade summer, junior high, to learn how to type. We sat in a room and we typed to Joni Mitchell. I've looked at clouds from both sides now. There's the T and there's the U. I'm learning how to type so I can be a gracious person when I have my therapist appointment with Jacqi Bowe. It gets worse. So, what do you think you did to bring this on in your life? Well, I'm going to diagnose you with depression. Well, do you prescribe Prozac with that? No, I'm just kidding. After this session, I realized something. I don't need therapy. I've looked at therapy from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's life's idiosyncrasies I recall, because one person's dysfunctionality is another person's charm. I had this guy the other day in the parking lot go like this to me. And I thought I could be offended, or you know what? Got a lot going on in here. You know, I realized I don't need therapy. I just need more stage time. So thank you all for coming here today. This is, I decided I wanted a second opinion. I wanted a second opinion, and I went to myself because I realized something. I can diagnose myself, and what I have been suffering from, besides the long bangs, is being way too fucking serious. And it's right in the diagnostic book of mental disorders, right between coffee intoxication and wasabisophobia. I just made that up, but that's okay. I'm admitting someone. So I realized that, since I've been locked up in this kitchen, and oh, you're just in time for I have a neighbor in my psyche coming to join us in the show right now. And her name is Sister Mary Malarkey. And she got me to lighten up about growing up Catholic. Now, I just want to say one thing. I am the one that got my family into the Catholic Church. I decided when I was 7 years old, I wanted to join the Catholic Church. And what kind of kid at 7 decides they want to join a church and then go to parochial school? Well, you know what happened was when I was in grade school, I had all these kids coming up to me and say, I was the only single kid that grew up in Salinas with a single parent. And they would come up to me and they say, well, who's your dad? Do you have a father? Where's your father? And with the Catholic Church, I had an answer. My Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So there you have it. I'm going to bring on Sister Mary Malarkey. She said she was coming over here via Uber. Oh, I'm getting a text. I can't tell you what she's saying. She's the swearing nun. All right. So she's going to be here. Oh, okay. Okay. She's almost here. She's got the Uber driver from HELL. I am going to bring up a video. You see, she decided to get into show business in case the nun thing doesn't work out. So this is a teaser that she produced with the collection money from Our Lady of Hollywood and Vine.
It's a brand new day. Everything is fine. Though the sky is gray, I want you to know that the sun's gonna shine. Sister Mary, Jesus is here. He's come back.
Sister Wendy, I don't have time for a second coming right now. Can't you see I'm making tea?
That's a good one. I never heard that one before. Thank you. Yes. Well, bless you.
I didn't know you played piano.
Oh, not since 3rd grade.
How many times did you do that?
We'll pray for a miracle.
Righto! Jesus made the lame walk, the blind see!
Top of the morning to you. The boys up for a little action? I just want to hop into your back seat and get you down into my church.
You have the right to remain silent.
What in God's creation is going on here?
You're being arrested for soliciting.
Soliciting what?
S-E-S.
The mothership is flying the overage to the planet Nubaru as we speak.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession, and I have 965 sins.
965 sins?
Well, it was a busy week.
Oh, we're going to have to see if you're in violation of canon law, the Nicene Creed. Oh, yes, I'm afraid we're well over the limit now. I'm just going to have to terminate this sacrament.
Since when are you so religious anyway? I always thought you were an atheist.
I would never turn my back on my faith, even if I don't believe in it.
Oh, wait, bingo! Go play bingo!
Oh, don't you have a watchtower to climb up?
Mitz, this is a church for Christ.
Thank you! Mind your hand!
Yes. Yes, 3 Hail Marys. Okay, go.
All right, I'm here. Sister Mary Monarchy is here. There you are. Hello, everyone. I'm Sister Mary Monarchy. And I want to start off with a little confession. I am spiritually bipolar, which means one day I perform random acts of kindness and the next calculated acts of beastiness. On Saturday, I collected canned food for the poor, and on Sunday, I stole the collection money and treated myself to cocos. Oh, come on now. It's not as bad as some of those priests out there. There was a gentleman, I can't call him a gentleman, he was kind of a renegade priest. He stole $20,000 from the collection basket and treated his dates to fancy restaurants and 5-star hotels. And he met them on Tinder. Shame on him. He should have been logging on to singlecatholics.com. No, wait a minute. He's married to the church. So he should have been going on that Ashley Madison. Not that I know anything about that. I had a couple come in and they said, Sister, we really need something to spice up our little marriage here. And we were thinking about logging on to Ashley Madison and having a threesome. Are you offended? I said, well, yes, I am. You didn't consider me. They haven't been back. I was only joking. Well, it's so good to see you and be out of Our Lady of Hollywood and Vine. Like I said, I have decided to, get into show business because the Catholic Church, you just can't depend on them. It's a crazy, crazy business. And we're always in the news. Just the other day, a priest in Nashville, he banned all of the Harry Potter books. He pulled all the books off the shelf because he said that the incantations led to evil spirits and magic, sorcery, wizardry. So just to make sure at Our Lady of Hollywood and Vine, we pulled off all of the Mary Poppins, the Willy Wonka, and the Holy Bible. There's a lot of magic going on in there. There's walking on the water, parting the seas, all kinds of things. And I think that it's highly hypocritical because the Catholic Church has been using magic wands for more than 100 years. Ridiculous! Now, I want you to know I have never, ever, ever poked or hit a child with a ruler. I did try to poke the Pope once. Well, it was accidentally I poked him because I was trying to measure the circumference of His Holiness. I do use this though. This is how I find out if someone's a Catholic. It's a flinch test. I simply go like this. And if you flinched, Catholic. If you didn't react at all, probably a Methodist. And if you jumped really far back, probably just really afraid of math. So how many out there are Catholics? Anybody really know? Anyone an ex-Catholic? That's good because you know what? You can't be an ex-Catholic. That's a trick question, it is. Once a Catholic, always a Catholic. You can't get out. You're on the roster for life. It is harder than getting out of your AT&T contract, it is. I saw Mother Superior in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit a votive candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. Thought I heard them pray. Welcome to the Catholic Church in California. Such a lovely faith, such a lovely faith. Plenty of room in the Catholic Church in California. Any time of year you can be baptized here. So I yelled out to the brother, I said, please bring me my wine. And he said, sister, we don't serve communion until Mass starts at 9. Relax, says the Bible, asking you shall receive. You can be converted anytime you like, but you can never leave. So just so you know, once a Catholic, always a Catholic. I'm trying to get taller. You know, the Catholic Church, it shrinks you. It shrinks you with all the guilt. That's what we want right there, don't we? All right. Go like this. All right. So I have one more confession to make. I am spiritually promiscuous. I had a one-night stand with Unitarians, a fling with the Presbyterians. I even became a Latter-day Saint because I'm not a morning person. I could be nice by noon. You know, I figure in this crazy world of ours, why not pray to any God that will listen? Why limit yourself to one deity? One deity. Well, why limit yourself to saying it one way? You get to perk with every religion you do. If you join the Christians, you get eternal life. If you join the Buddhists, you get reincarnation. And if you join the Church of Scientology, you get to work in Hollywood. And we, the Catholic Church, you know, we have to be more evangelical. That's what the Pope says. And those, you know, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they go knocking on doors. And I realized I have to go and save my recovering Catholics. So I have to go bar to bar. I love my day job. Get your Bibles open. Heading down Heaven's highway. Looking for redemption. And whomever comes our way, you too can be a Catholic. We'll take you in. What the heck? Don't worry that you robbed a bank now. We don't do background checks. Jehovah's make you crazy. Knocking at your door. Atheists are spiritually lazy. Methodists are such a bore. Thank God that I'm not a Mormon. Can't have coffee or a drink. Charismatics have to act too silly. Free thinkers have to think. You just have to come back until they get it right. Dianetics takes your paycheck. I just won't turn on the light. Oh, come on, please be a Catholic. Do what the Pope says, more or less. Steal all the toilet paper from work as long as you confess. Like a true Catholic child, you were born to be mild, and you can come to Mass high. I meant high Mass. No, wait a minute. Come high. We'll sell you donuts and coffee. Don't care if you're bi or tri or nanosexual or metrosexual or whatever. Just come to Mass. I always say, why sleep alone? Born to be mild. Thank you so much. I know I've always been wanting to be a rocker star. But you know, come down to Mass. It's like I said, I just hope maybe I get my break in show business, because every day, and there's no up leveling for a nun. You see, priests get paid. They get a company car, they get stipends, they get salary, they get a good retirement. I'm kind of a volunteer. And I took, as a nun, the vow of celibacy, poverty, and obedience. Makes me sound like a poodle who lives in Section 8 housing with sexual frustration. I don't know, but I really would like to become a priest. And I keep getting the same thing from the Catholic Church. Every time I ask them, they say, no, sister. You know that a priest has to be a man because Jesus was a man. They have to be exactly like Jesus. Well then, I think you better go and change that job description now, might you? Need not apply unless you can walk on water, part the seas. And if you can multiply loaves and fishes, you better be putting up a help wanted ad over at the Magic Castle. If you can heal lepers and the lame, they need you over at Cedar Sinai. There's a sister who knows it's all malarkey what she's been told. And she's climbing out the stained glass ceiling. Good heaven, when she gets there, she knows if the Vatican says they're closed. With a phone call she can get what she came for. Hello, Pope Francis, it's Sister Mary Malarkey. Oh, yes, it is me again. I know I just called. I know the Catholic Church isn't ready for it. Call back when? 200 years? No, I will not. I will sit right here and wait. Oh, it makes me wonder what I don't have that a man has to become a priest. Really now, I've got to find mine that will write a great sermon that will keep the congregation coming back week after week. I've got 2 arms that I'll stretch to them and inspire them. I've got a big heart that will love them. I've got, oh, I'm missing a spiritual antenna. You'd think with the reception they've been getting lately, they might want to go with a satellite dish instead. You know, when I get all worked up like this, you know what I do? I go back to the good word. I've got the good word right here. Yes, there's a lot of good wisdom in here. Lots of good things to comfort you and give you strength. There's also lots of confusing things. I think it needs a little bit of a rewrite, a little update. There's a little incongruity, you know? Like back, if you go to Genesis, okay. On the first day, God separated the light from the dark. And on the 3rd day, God created the sun and the moon. What was he using for his light source on that first day? Oh, and Adam and Eve. You know, Adam and Eve were in Club Med. They had everything that they could want. Paradise, 24-hour buffet. Like I said, Club Med before they let children in. But they couldn't make a go of it. And I feel sorry for them. You know, they were living in BDP, 5,000 BDP before Dr. Phil. The first couple with no sort of resources, no sort of not even Zoomotherapy. You know, they had a big dilemma there, you know. And to tell you the truth, if Adam were truly satisfying Eve, why was she obsessing about a piece of fruit? So I have for you right now, the updated, unabridged, uncensored. Hopefully the Vatican won't shut, you know, they do that sometimes on these Zoom meetings. So you hang tight, David, and don't you let the Vatican Board Council of Conservative Bishops shut us down or anything, all right? I trust you. There'll be a reward. Maybe in heaven for you, but here we go. This is the good book of Malarkey, the rewrite of Adam and Eve. Went out to the garden for a snack before dinner. No Grand Theft Apple on her mind. Her tummy was a growling. It was so empty she didn't mean to cause the downfall of mankind. Should she do it? It was an apple, not creme brulee, not caramel covered candy coated. Oh, should she succumb or should she obey? And then that snake wrapped around her wrist and then up on her arm, and it took her blood pressure and said, girlfriend, you got to have 3 to 4 servings of these per day. So she may have taken the apple, but it was for her health. Would have been a whole different story today. She would have been on that Paleolithic diet. She would have eaten the snake instead. Cast out of the garden by God the Almighty, said Eve, you should have eaten the stone. You disobeyed your life, and what's further, you're 35 and still living at home. So they made her out a harlot, a criminal and a felon. Thank the Lord Almighty, she didn't need a watermelon. You know, Liam and Eve is really getting my goat. We all know who's really guilty. Adam. And we've got evidence. The Adam's apple stuck in Adam's throat. See, she did take a bite, but she didn't swallow. I know, that joke is so outdated, but so is the Catholic Church. Put the rest of the apple in a doggy bag to go for her long quest with no bonus pay. And Adam said, come on, we've got to be going. We've been evicted.
We have got to get out of here. We've got to go tonight. And Eve said, don't you rush me. She stood her ground. I need 5 more minutes. Wait a minute, I can't even go out tonight. I don't have a thing to wear. So there you have it. Thank you very much, Lawrence, there. Bless you. So there you have the true story of Adam and Eve. Well, I must be going. I hope that we see you. I've got my own Facebook page and my own website, and I've got a YouTube channel, Sister Mary Malarkey. That is M-A-2-Ls, double like hell. I may be going to hell in a handbasket, but I'm going to enjoy my ride. Thank you so much. It was so great getting out of the convent. It was. I'm going to bring Jacqi Bowe back now. Oh my gosh, I feel so much better. I really do. That I gotta, you know, this being way too fucking serious thing. I'm supposed to have my camera off. So you can't see me changing out of my neighbor of my psyche. All right, here in the kitchen. Live from the kitchen. All right, I'm back. I feel so much better because, well, nobody here grew up Catholic, so you don't understand that guilt is a suppressive force. It is a heavier force than gravity. It stunts your growth. You know, and I approve of this. I have Protestant cousins. Janine is 5'7", Petula is 5'8", and Cecilia 36D. So that's just to show you. You know, I said before that this is just a metaphor, you know, with the garage sale, but, you know, some people say that if you declutter, your mind becomes less cluttered. And I've been really trying to study Marie Kondo. She is amazing. She, you know, she even folds her socks. She folds her socks and they stand up straight all by themselves. I thought, you know what? If my socks can stand up straight all by themselves, what do they need me for? You know, and I realized what I do is I create chaos in my house, and that way I won't be late. Because if I had everything perfect in a row and my socks look like that, a display case at Bloomingdale's, I would never leave the house. I would just be like, oh, that looks so good. I did that. I got to go to my show. No, that looks so good. No. So anyway, that's my theory. So I create chaos and then I go, oh my God, I got to get the hell out of here. But she says you should take objects, and if they do not spark joy, then you get rid of them. That's how you tell. And you actually hold the object. I'm going to try that right now because I could just get rid of one thing tonight. I'm not selling it. Actually, I'll give this to you. She says that if it sparks joy, you keep it, and if it does not spark joy, then you toss it, you dump it. Well, no. She doesn't say that. She says that everything that you buy is a living, breathing thing, and you need to thank it for its service and say goodbye. I love that. That's so sweet. So thank you and goodbye. I'm so bad at this. I'm bad at goodbyes. Okay. I just want to tell you that I think it's just not a good fit. We're different, and it's not you, it's me. And you know, it's no reflection on you at all. You would have been great. I never used you. I mean, I didn't, no, not use you. That's not the right word. I respect you. I respect you as a toaster. And it's just that I'm never going to make toast. There, you have it. I'm just never going to sit here in the kitchen and drink coffee and orange juice and read the newspaper in a relaxed fashion. And so it's just not going to work out. I mean, I'll bet there's somebody out there that leaps out of bed first thing in the morning, full makeup like Mrs. Maisel, on a beautiful day like today. And she's ironing her clothes and she's buttering her toast. Is there anyone out there? We got all guys. Does anyone want a toaster? I would gladly find a new home for this. You might be more in bond. It's hard to do because
I thought that you could change me, and you know, that's not fair. It's not fair to be with someone, your toaster, and expect that they're going to change you. And so if anyone, you can always message me in the chat, and I will come bring it to you and drop it off. And I promise that I will not drive by your house and look in the window. I haven't done that since I gave away my crock pot. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this. Someone's going to contact me, and this is yours. I wish you happiness. Just if you could do one thing and maybe not, you know, post any pictures on Facebook or Instagram for a while, just to, like, you know, heal this emptiness. Oh my gosh, I can't leave you on that down note. This is a good thing. This is a good thing because I am getting closure with my kitchen appliances. I still have to deal with Midge though, huh? That's something. But it's progress. It's like one step at a time, you know, and I'm not ready. It's like I'm practicing conscious uncoupling, like Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm not really ready for like a vaginal steam cleaning thing that she does, which, you know, I just think is a little much. You know, I think it's kind of sexist, to tell you the truth, you know, that women should have to do that, because I don't think any man is going to steam clean his penis, because we know what happens to like zucchini when you do that. It's all right. Well, I want to thank you all for coming to my emotional garage sale. I'm sure that Sister Mary Malarkey thanks you, and live from my kitchen. There's a big finale, there's a big dance number, but my kitchen's too small. Bye.
No, don't leave. Don't leave us, Jacqui.
What is the curtain call? The dancing girls.
All right, just don't leave us, Jacqui. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Really, nobody wants a toaster?
No, you've got a bid there. Bradford bid $250 in the chat. So you're gonna have
to give it to you.
Well, you know, it's
no.
You know, I mean, that's kind of.
So that was just all audio right
now? Which?
Was there just an audio at any point? I got a message saying you weren't screen sharing, just the sound, but maybe that was just for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, there was you had a minute there where it was just when you know, right. Yeah. No, we were getting plenty of visual here. Yeah.
I finished like, we didn't see anything, but we're really nice and polite and didn't want to interrupt you. You're on a roll. No,
I mean, you have your energy going, and we don't want to interrupt. But of course, it's my job here to be taking notes and saying, I wonder what Jacqui meant by that. So I got to ask, so how long have you been separate from the Catholic Church, if I may ask?
Oh, I'm still with it.
Okay.
They're gonna excommunicate me at one point. No, you know, actually, the Catholic Church is really, most of the people in it are very progressive, and it's actually, there's a minority of conservative bishops, and but I stopped. Well, when I went to college, that's when I went wayward. But no, actually, I didn't go wayward. I moved to Santa Cruz. And I just realized that there were so many different wonderful faiths, you know. I went and studied some temple. I went over and did some Torah study and realized I might be more Jewish than anything. And and then I, you know, went to the Unitarians. I think there's something really very lovely about a lot of the stuff going on. And then then it gets a little warped by you know, the bureaucracy and the rules and the strangeness and the and telling other people what to do and what to believe, which is, you know.
So you really have been spiritually promiscuous. I mean, I gotta say, because when you were when Mary Malarkey came by, well, in fact, when you were talking earlier, so I have to tell you, I was raised Methodist. I'm technically still card-carrying Methodist. But when I was in college, my girlfriend was Catholic. So I went to Mass. I was temporarily Catholic. And I guess I got away from it. But it stuck with me. I mean, in the ways that you've just described. I found a lot of great progressive thinking in the Catholic Church in my encounter with it.
And the
I still
Mass is very poetic. They've changed a lot
Yes.
of it. Light from light, true God from true God, begotten, not made, one with being with the Father, who him all things were made. That's gorgeous poetry, but they took that out, and now they put something like, he's in alignment with.
You know, for whatever it's worth, I found kind of a similar thing with the Methodist Church. I was away from it for a long time, and I've kind of rejoined with it. But I found a similar thing. It's like, yeah, a lot of the poetry got left behind. Although there have been things with the language done that I certainly approve of. But what kind of crossed my mind as you're talking about your emotional garage sale, and I thought, well, you know, if you're talking about all this baggage, literal and metaphorical, that we pick up, is this why the vow of poverty is kind of a good thing for in the clergy? But really more what I thought was watching you and kind of wondering the difference between Jacqui, the artist, the person I'm talking to now, and Jacqui, the character who we've just seen. And you talk a lot about dealing with chaos, which God knows we all are. And in your creative process, I mean, what role does chaos play in your creative process? Because I personally find that too much order is just a problem. But how is it for you?
Well, you know, chaos can be time consuming. You know, like if you look at the statistics about how much, like 4 weeks a year spent for people looking for their keys and stuff like that. So that kind of stuff, I think there's a certain, and I think that's why all of these these closet cleaning shows. I was watching this at my dentist the other day. They're like cleaning all these, celebrities' closets, and just having things organized can help your mind. But there's that risk too in creative people. If you look at Albert Einstein's desk, which is a part of my show when I do and I have like projections behind me, I show his desk in my car.
So what was Albert Einstein's desk like? I haven't heard this one.
It was cluttery.
Okay.
It was piles of papers, and there's like these sort of mythologies that he couldn't find his house and his wife had to paint the door red because he was always in his thoughts and always thinking. So I don't have any answers at all.
Well, but and I what I'm seeing here is in a lot. I think in many ways you're using this this platform to this performance, this material to kind of ask questions, and that's great. I think that's.
You see a lot of things. You look at Instagram and you look at shows and you go, wow, that person has it all together and they're just so perfect. And so I think there's a lot of angst that we cause ourselves, beating ourselves up because we don't boil our toothbrush every day.
I mean, and I could hear you because I'm thinking like, yeah, I have a copy of Marie Kondo's book on the shelf that I've never opened.
You know where it is?
I know exactly where it is. I could walk out and grab it.
That's great.
Please go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying she's really lovely. It's just, it seems like at any moment that kind of if I was like that, I would be so tightly wound. There would be a time where I went running in the streets naked with my folded socks and throwing them up, and it would be too tightly wound for me. But everyone's different.
But something else that crossed my mind. You were talking about sort of the burden of multitasking. How that's just where we're all at. And I kind of thought, forgive me, I'm a Northern California guy. I'm here in the San Francisco Bay Area. You're in Southern California, and there's that Southern California thing. And but when you're talking about the multitasking thing, it made me think. It's like, well, what about your sort of classic or stereotypical Hollywood hyphenate? For instance, we had Robert Townsend do a show for us just shortly before COVID, and he's a hyphenate, writer, actor, producer, director. I mean, he's the perfect hyphenate, and now, and here you are having to sort of develop your own tech. You're playing your own music. You're playing two roles. You're hyphenating would be another way. I mean,
really small kitchen.
I mean, has COVID kind of made you more or less of a hyphenate? Because you've done a lot. You've done film. You've done live. You've done stand up. You write your own stuff. Has COVID sort of helped or hindered that? Do you think? Or maybe both.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that I think this is like with everyone. We're all doing things that we never would have done. I performed for seniors, and I was in a park doing my show, and people were jogging around the track and waving and woo. One day I went out there, and they were shooting a film, and now when they go have their lunch, it's very different. It used to be like craft services, and people would just go in the thing, and there's a buffet, and you take your stuff. But now you get a little box, and they all have to sit like really far apart. And they were over there too, so I was performing, and then I thought, well, maybe they don't want any entertainment. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna quiet this down now so they can eat lunch. But I never would have thought to go to the park and do a show with my iPhone. And like you said, it's definite hyphenate, because I am the technical producer and the crowd control and the security guard.
Yeah, it's a situation we've sort of found ourselves in of having to pick up all this stuff. You're talking about this garage sale concept and the clutter and everything, and I just recently went through the experience of replacing my computer, and there's all this virtual crap on here, and so we juggle all that, and I think the metaphor of the garage sale is as potent as ever. And by the way, I probably would have done the same thing for a copy of my Betty Crocker cookbook. I'm not letting my Betty Crocker cookbook go. I'm telling you. I have one. It was the very first cookbook I bought when I went out on my own. And so I always have to have one.
That's great.
Yeah. So
my grandma was a great cook. Oh my God, she was so good. But she wasn't your regular grandma. This is when I do more time, I go into her, because she hated cooking, she hated sewing. She was a Rosie the Riveter type during the 40s. Wow. And then when the men came back from the war, she had to go back into the kitchen. So that's a whole other layer to this whole thing, is I have rebelled against the kitchen, because I looked at my poor grandma, who was so wonderful at all that stuff. She was a hostess, and she was a decorator, and she sewed, but she'd be like, okay, I'm going to sew your prom dress. She was not happy. Yeah. That must, wow. I can only imagine what that was like, that experience of that Rosie the Riveter experience, and then kind of shrinking your world. She really liked working. She loved to go out and be the 9 to 5, bring the money, be the breadwinner, and come home. And my grandpa wouldn't have any of that. No. It's a different time, so I can do that. I can sit in my kitchen, and I am not going to use that oven. So there you
and I had a question on that, but I wanted to say to our audience again, thank you for being here. This show will be archived on our YouTube channel, so if you've got friends who weren't able to be here tonight, let them know. MarshStream's YouTube channel, and check it out. I'll need to sort of render the video and put it back up, but it should be up by lunchtime tomorrow on our YouTube channel. So
we're looking forward to the day when the Marsh is live, and it's how many pieces does the theater? I mean, that is such an iconic theater. I am also from Northern California.
I actually remember, I've been plugged into the Bay Area theater scene long enough, and I've had friends and stuff, and it's a pretty small community. So as I recall, you were a member of the Z Collective here in the Bay Area, weren't you?
I did
I had a show called Temporary Insanity that I was working on. And I did the same night as Josh Kornbluth. And he actually got me into solo shows because I saw him in Santa Cruz and I went, oh my God, he is so good. I have to do what he does. And so that's what got me into this whole thing. And then I was at the same night as him doing a little excerpt, and he was trying out totally like new stuff. But his thing was he did a whole movie on temporary work.
Yes,
so I was like, oh my God, you know, it was like, but that was a wonderful place to work and great teachers and support.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was aware of its existence, and I've known people in it. So I thought, I'm pretty sure Jacqui was a Z Collective person. So yeah, we're hoping. God, we're so looking forward to being live again.
It'll happen.
Fingers crossed. It'll happen. It'll happen.
Great, David and Lawrence, like sitting, we can all be together and.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you. I mean, you know, right now at this moment, I'm sitting here at my computer, and my cat is in my lap, which is kind of fun in its own way. But
there is. I mean, there are some benefits to this, but I think there's something about that, you know, getting the reaction and.
Oh yeah, I miss that so much. And
I tried to look at you guys and take you in, but it's a little tricky, you know, screen sharing and.
Yeah.
Making sure my children behave themselves in there.
Right.
I give them a box of cookies.
Anyway, I'd like to thank you for being here and for sharing this with us. It's been great having you here, and thank you to the audience. So I got one last question to. Before we go, and that is, you know, you're talking about this passive aggressive relationship with your refrigerator, and now here we are in 2021, but it was 4 years ago that the shall we say recently departed administration was bringing up the possibility of microwave cameras. Do you have any? Do you worry about cameras in your microwave?
Now that you say that, I had an experience because I'm more in the phone thing. I was at Whole Foods, and I was talking to my friend on the phone about Samuel French, which is an iconic bookstore.
Yes.
And it was in on Sunset Boulevard. They had two of them, one in the Valley and one on Sunset Boulevard. And so I was talking about that, and in my little Amazon Prime app came up, and it wanted to sell me Joseph Taylor and Renee Taylor and Joseph Bologna's one of their plays. And I was like, whoa, is someone listening in? I hadn't heard the microwave thing before.
Oh, that was a thing in the first year of
Trump?
It was Trump's press. I think it was press secretary, because Trump was kind of going on about how the supposed thing about how the Obama administration had been bugging, you know, had put bugs in Trump Tower or something. And one of the administration officials said, "Oh no, that's a real thing. Did you know that they can turn microwaves into cameras?" And she's just like, "What the heck?" And I assumed she was referring to, you know, what are they called? You know, refrigerators come with cameras in them, but not microwaves.
Well, if I'd known that, I would have taken the microwave and opened it up and said, "Okay, we're voting this year, so bye-bye." Now you know how I voted. I don't care. I have a video. Sister Mary Malarkey did a rap video when Trump first came into office. It's on her Our Lady of Hollywood and Vine. I'll put that in the little chat. There's a YouTube.
Oh, that'd be great. And I see Bradford put a link in here, and I'll include these with
Bradford.
I'll include these with the YouTube video when I post that.
He's multitasking.
So, awesome multitasking, Bradford. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here, Jacqui.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, take care of yourselves. Everyone be safe out there, and have a great rest of your evening. Thanks a bunch.
All right, thank you all.
How do I describe my journey with
Your mother, who takes care of you, who takes you to the doctor when you're sick. Your mother.
Good morning, New York. Buenos dias. It's me. What's up?
We went out for lunch at a sushi place where she tried sushi for the first time and she liked it.
I see that change can happen. I know things can shift and change for good.
I am dizzily dazzled with stars in my eyes.
Same level as I broke my neck. But he's not getting the same return of function I am.
And I don't want any of your smart aleck sex talk that I usually get when I get.
This is beyond the marsh because what you're doing is planting beautiful seeds for artists to grow.